Hey guys, I am here with a killer leg workout for you today. Literally, you may need a wheelchair to wheel your ass out of the gym. So, coming up here very shortly, I'm going to have all the exercise broken down with some form cues for you. But my big reveal, my big secret, if you will, if anybody cares, they probably don't, but I am jumping back into figure competing. I've taken a long hiatus. I hung up my sparkly bikini. I thought I was going to retire. I swore I was never going to do it again after coming off of a couple bad experiences with coaching and rebound and all kinds of nutrition/food issues. And I've taken 4 years off to heal myself, try out some different things, some Spartan races, some powerlifting, see if powerlifting was my thing. And it was fun and I loved it. I loved how strong I felt. Only problem with that is all the injuries it left me with: low back stuff, groin stuff, hip flexor. So I was a debate for me. Do I try to work myself back into powerlifting, or do I do bodybuilding? And I love bodybuilding. I've been lifting weights since junior year in high school. Obviously not consistently, but that's where I fell in love with it when I took it as an elective, weight training as an elective in, I believe it was junior year, to get out of running in PE. So those of you that are around my page who have gone to Turlock High circa 1996, if you guys remember Mr. Kazenza, he's a little bit of a pervert, but that was the PE teacher, and I've just always loved moving weight. So took that break. I've had about 4 years off from being on stage and competing. I did 3 figure shows, 2011, 12, and then did some bikini shows. Did 4 bikini shows. Did really well, was really just doing it to set a goal. It had no intentions on, striving to take away any sort of like placing or anything. Literally, you guys, when I get on stage, it's just me against me, and I want to do my best or better than my best and just have fun with the experience. And my last experience with it and my figure coach wasn't the greatest. So I've had 4 years to do my own anecdotal research, do my own training, dabble in some other things. And I think I swore off competing. And it could be due to the fact that I am dating a meatball meathead, and his influence reminded me of how much I miss that consistency, how much we love to look good, and bodybuilding does that for me. That's just what my body responds to, and that's what I enjoy. And I really don't need to explain myself to anyone, right? So, and you shouldn't either. So if you want to do something for the sake of looking good, girlfriend, boyfriend, do it. This leg day specifically, just shifting gears. So that was my big reveal. For those of you that give a shit or don't, it's really not that exciting for anybody, but if you want to follow along my journey, I'm hoping to shed some light on it, answer some questions. If you've ever thought about competing or have had interest in it, like what does it entail? What do you do? I'm going to share my workouts. I'll share my supplements, my nutrition. There really is no secret. I think it's funny when these people like want to hide everything they're doing, like it's top secret. Like, everybody's different. Everybody's body responds differently. And so what works for me isn't going to work for everyone. Just keep that in mind. You can definitely take what I'm doing and apply it to yourself and tweak it and try it out and see how it goes for you. What's the worst thing that's going to happen is you'll probably, gain a little bit of muscle, maybe drop some body fat or whatever. And then you just have to tweak from there. Everybody's individual. So my macros and my diet may not work for you. And you just have to be smart about it. So try it out. That's what I've been doing for the last 4 years. And I'm about 6.5 weeks out, feeling a little behind. I don't know if it's because I'm 40 and, I'm not trying to make excuses, and my thyroid and all this stuff. It's just a little bit harder as you get older. So I'm working with that. Doesn't mean it's impossible. So I'm going to do my best for August 25th. Moving on. Today's workout is very much quad dominant. With figure competing, they're definitely looking for developed quads, so the front thigh muscle, and also delts, so shoulders. So I'm doing a lot of that on my training. That's where my focus is for my specific physique. I've already got pretty well developed biceps and triceps. I think I attribute that to 10 plus years of pole dancing. And then my back as well too, also from pole dancing and then bodybuilding for many years. So quads are a priority for me. So you're going to see front squats a lot in my training. And then there's also going to be Romanian deadlifts. That's going to hit hamstrings. And then I've got hack squat, lying leg curl, and leg press and leg extensions, which are pretty standard, typical meatball workouts. And so I have them in sequence for you. I'm going to cue you through some form tips because it's more than just moving weight. You really have to physically be in tune with the mind to muscle connection. It's a real thing. So I will be cueing you through that through my video as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy this workout. Let me know if you try it out. I'd love to know how you felt. If you needed a piggyback ride out of the gym, please get a photo of that and tag me on Instagram. Just kidding. I don't know. And yeah, that's it. So stay tuned. I'll keep you guys posted on my progress. We'll see what happens. Here's to 6.5 weeks out. All right, you guys, enjoy. Okay, guys, going into front squats, always start warm up with an empty bar just to get your movement pattern right, set your feet, get your mind right. You'll notice I have the bar in a front rack position, which is across my chest and holding with my hands, elbows up high. You want to keep your spine nice and straight as much as possible. And here I'm just kind of getting my mind right about getting ready to lift heavy and actually load the bar with some weight. One of the main goals with front squats is you want to try to get down low enough so that your hamstrings actually touch your calves. So you'll notice here, this is actually my working set. So I did a few warm-up sets. This is actually me going into my working set. But you'll notice when I get down, my goal is to get hamstrings to touch top of calves. Kind of losing form a little bit here. You notice my knees are getting a little wonky on these. But I'll hit a few warm-up sets, usually 2 to 3, and work my weight up before I load the bar with my working weight. So again, chest tall, sit your butt back, drive through your feet, knees out, and that is front squats. Here are rack deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts from the rack. I do an over-under hand grip here, just feel stronger there. And you want to think driving hips back and forward. So I'm trying to hit hamstrings here more than glutes and low back. So I'm going until I feel that pull in the hamstrings, and then you'll notice I have socks on here just to connect to the floor a little bit more and sort of spread my feet apart as I drive the bar up towards my hip flexors. You want to keep your arms nice and relatively still. You're not moving the weight or the bar away from your body. I like to keep it close to my body. Almost imagine as if you're trying to shave your legs with the bar. Again, looking down at the floor, almost doing a double chin motion. So tucking your chin down and back, keeping your gaze towards the floor so that way your spine stays in a nice neutral alignment. And breathing, so bracing your core the entire time, super important. Here are hack squats. So on hack squats, my feet are wide and I'm trying to give my hips enough room to move between my knees. So if my stance was too narrow, I would cut the depth on these. So my feet are wider, my toes are flared out just a little bit, and sort of the same principle as front squats here, trying to get my hamstrings to touch my calves to get that fully lengthened position in my quads. You'll notice I'm really pressing hard into that pad with my back, not letting my hips move. My hips aren't lifting or shifting. Breathing heavy, definitely, but as I come down, trying to brace my core and then come down and then exhale on the press up. Very important you keep your back solid against that pad. Here is my janky lying leg curls. I hate this setup, but I'm at home and it's all I've got, so I'm making do. You want to keep your hips still, which I am not doing a tremendous job at here. You'll see my butt lifts as I'm drawing my ankles to my glutes. I'm trying to keep constant tension, so you'll want to release and slowly lower and come back up right before you feel the muscle just kind of give way. So you're keeping constant tension. Time under tension is key for hypertrophy bodybuilding. So again, keeping that in mind when you're bringing ankles to glutes. And then I've got leg press here. So again, same thing, feet are wide, giving my knees that opportunity to come outside of my hips. I started the video early so you could see that I sort of wiggle my shoulders into place so my spine is completely flat against that pad. My hips aren't lifting, my butt is not lifting, and my heels are not lifting. You want to keep your head back too and engage your entire spine back onto that pad. Keep your core drawn in. You want to kind of create your own internal weight belt, if you will, by keeping that really tight through your core and through your center, pressing through almost the outsides of my feet and driving through my heels as well. Then also janky exercise number 2, which is leg extensions. I'm leaning back here because I'm trying to feel that constant tension in my quads, and sitting upright just doesn't do it for the terrible profile of this 1992 machine. Actually, it's probably older than that. And you want to flex and squeeze at the top. Was moving a heavier load than I'm used to here on this particular machine. Drop sets, so taking off weight and then burning it out for whatever I've got left in the tank. You can see I'm making those ugly lifting faces, and that means it is burning a shitload. So I'll do some partials there too, as you noticed, and then drop down to that final plate, squeezing hard at the top for whatever I've got left to just obliterate the hell out of my quads. So again, core is tight and solid, and trying to keep good form throughout the whole thing. And that is pretty much it. That was painful to watch, but hopefully this leg workout helps you. You enjoyed it, and you can give it a shot for yourself. Let me know how it works out. And I will have the reps and set schemes listed near the video. So enjoy.